We, as the church, like to teach or act as if there are not classes of people, okay? Because everybody's a child of God, anybody who's saved, covered by the blood of Christ, right? Don't call them the homeless people, don't call them the addicts and all that stuff, right? But we live in a society that always classifies people. Therefore, the church is made up of classified people, whether we like that or not, right? I say that because there are certain languages that can be spoke within these classes of people. So I'll give you an example. Oh, by the way, we have a motorcycle ministry who is currently ministering to the biker gangs in Owensboro. And, well, they speak a different language. Like, I ride a motorcycle, but I'm not from a biker gang. So one of the terms that they use is church, biker gangs. They say, hey, on Sunday, we invited them to an event. And they said, on Sunday, when we're at church, we'll talk about it. And I was like, wow, they go to church. This is awesome. And somebody had to tell me, no, Roger, they don't go to church. That's what they call their meeting. I said, oh, okay. And so if you have individuals who either come from those classes of people or are currently a part of those classes of people, you can develop relationships with them, you can equip them, and then send them back to those type situations. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And you're going to draw them to the church, right? But the church wants to be like, oh, no, don't say that Roger is a convicted felon. Like, we don't want to label him like that. No, I formerly was a convicted felon, and I know how they speak, and I know how they think, and I certainly have a better chance at maybe reaching them than the guy who grew up at the country club. I mean, let's just be honest, right? And so I think if we partnered in that way, like had conversations, helped other churches learn. What do you do when a guy shows up and he's covered in tattoos from his face all the way down to his toes, things hanging out of his lip and all that stuff, and nobody else looks like that inside the church? What do you do with that guy, right? Like, we need to have those conversations. I've heard the gambit of it is, hey, Jesus loves everybody, come on in. Okay, great. To, hey, is there something I can do to help you? You should probably go to Matthew's table. They'll point people here, and we're fine with that. Or, you know what, I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to come in here dressed like that. All right? We all know which one's the right one, but that's not what happens. So why don't we talk about that? If that was to happen at your church, how do you plan to handle that? Because I want to be able to help you do that well. Or even just partner in the sense of somehow we benefit each other for the sake of these individuals, regardless of what church benefits from it. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's advancing the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's the point. So.